So, guys, this is the second video today, and I'm going to go live very soon. I've been thinking when to do it tonight or could be tomorrow. I'm not so sure. And I'm going to explain to you guys the real difference between a chosen one and an old soul. Because a lot of guys on the internet they're getting it twisted, So when it comes to chosen ones, people they misunderstand this whole concept of being chosen, and then they don't understand who is the old soul. So we're going to go live on that one. I'm going to help you guys understand the difference. Why am I mentioning this is because I would like to share some story with you guys. Now, back in the days when I was with a narcissist, I spent a very good number of years, understanding what was going on. I'm normally a very patient guy. I tend to take my time and I observe. So when I'm in a situation, normally what I do not really react. So what I do, I observe. So I was observing this person, this individual. And then I recognized something very, very strange in that time. I realized that I was under a very deep sleep. I realized that I was under a very deep sleep and I couldn't wake up. Have you ever gone to bed and then it's like, you go to sleep and then you wake up and then you feel like you're still sleeping. So you're in this kind of cycle whereby you just woke up from your sleep and then you continue another day in a very long sleep. So I'm going to bring to you guys the reason as to why I'm talking about old souls. Then one day like that, God was with me and I woke up. Don't worry about the vlogging. I'm just moving around, finding the best spot. So just focus on the message. Normally, I like to vlog when I'm around here. Let's get this thing going now. Listen, guys. On that particular day, I woke up from that deep sleep. So when I woke up from the deep sleep, that is when I saw it. Now you're out there asking me and wondering, what did I see? That is when I saw the demon. And that is when I understood that this entire time, I was under attack. Now, this is a very similar story to so many people around the world. For the most of you guys who have been with these narcissists, you already know what time it is. You know what we're talking about. I figured out that this was an attack. So it was an attack on my spirit. You know what I mean? Then I knew it was time. So as you guys already know, I woke up very, very slowly. I walked away very quietly. I did not say a thing. Are you guys following? I want to tell you something about old souls. Old souls, when they awaken, when an old soul wakes up, when they awaken, we're talking about the black sheep. So tomorrow, you guys be prepared for that video. We're going to go live on this video about old souls and chosen ones. When an old soul awakens, the first thing what they do, they remember who they are. An old soul who has awakened, ladies and gentlemen, they are going to remember who they are. An old soul has been deactivated on purpose. An old soul has been deactivated on purpose. The reason of this is because universe, divine, source, they want you to first of all experience this life and understand the things and the mission that you're here for. Because if you are active at an early age, at an early stage in your time, in your lifetime, you're going to meet a lot of blockages, and it's going to be very difficult for you. So you're first of all going to first see these things, but you're going to be deactivated, and then you're going to now start to experience this physical reality of the things in front of you and the mission that you're here for. So at some point in time, you're going to realize the whole purpose or the whole meaning of your journey. You're going to look back and realize that actually everything has been carefully orchestrated and constructed by the divine, by source. So I woke up that day. And then I remember that time there was a very big fog. It was like a very big fog lift off of my head. You know what I mean? You know, let us talk about this brain fog first of all. When you are deactivated and you start to engage in this spiritual warfare, which you guys already know that we have always been in spiritual warfare from day one. You know, it is very important to put you to sleep, because if these people, it is very easy for them to control you when you're asleep. So all these things you hear people talking about manipulation, you know, manipulators and all these kind of things. Manipulation, ladies and gentlemen, manipulation is simply putting you to sleep so that you cannot be able to see what exactly is going on behind the scenes. So a lot of these things, what is happening behind the veil, they are hidden from you through something what they call manipulation. But actually on a spiritual level, you're under spiritual attack. I hope you guys are following. When the veil lifted, ladies and gentlemen, I remembered who I am. And in that same time, ladies and gentlemen, I did not hesitate. I gathered myself together. I did not say a thing. And I packed my bags and I walked away. Until this moment, the narcissist doesn't know what happened on that day, on that particular evening. Because the narcissist did not see this coming. So, from that point forwards, I have been able to understand this spiritual warfare in broad daylight. You see, before it has been happening behind the scenes. So, a lot of you guys have been hearing me talking about behind the veil. A lot of things what have been happening, they have been happening behind the veil. But this time, for the very first time, I was able now to see directly in front of me what was going on. Because first of all, I had awakened. Secondly, I had remembered who I am. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. That is the very first time I saw what they really call spiritual warfare. Ladies and gentlemen, I was able to see the reinforcements, because I've told you guys in a couple of months, that's when the greater narcissists came in. Out of the blue, ladies and gentlemen, some of you guys think that these things are happening by coincidence. You just wake up one morning and you run into somebody, they want to date with you, or you're going on a date or the things like that, then they're sleeping with you. You guys think that these things are happening by coincidence. Ladies and gentlemen, the moment you wake up, that is when you're going to see the real spiritual warfare you have been fighting from day one. The greater narcissist came in. So the greater narcissist came in as a confirmation for me that, okay, this is what has already been happening. It's just because I was too blind to see it. But the greater narcissist came in. So the greater narcissist was a reinforcement. Because you see, the devil, what the devil wants for you, what the devil wants for you. The devil wants you asleep. The devil doesn't want you to wake up. The devil doesn't want you to understand what is happening around you. That is the reason why it puts you to sleep. On purpose. Ladies and gentlemen, in those days, when I sent out the greater narcissist, another one came in. You are going to start to see these demons, ladies and gentlemen, in different shapes and form. You are going to see in all colors, in all styles, in all shapes. And for an awakened individual, let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, for an awakened empath, an awakened individual, an awakened person that is an old soul, you're going to start watching the movie, the so-called spiritual movie. This time it's going to be like a spiritual movie. It's going to be a movie that nobody can see, only you can see. You will be able to start seeing these emotional vampires and how exactly do they operate behind the scenes. You guys need to understand something. There is things that they don't tell you in schools. It's not because they don't want to tell you these things, it's because they don't even know what to say. So do not blame your teachers because they didn't teach you some things, or do not blame your pastors in churches that they don't teach you some things. So for a lot of you guys who are on this channel, be prepared for that video. It's going to be called Old Soul, Old Souls versus the Chosen Ones, and we're going to talk about the difference. So for the very first time, I do not know if anybody has ever talked about this, but for the very first time, you are going to really understand who is an old soul. You are going to go, I'm going to take you behind the veil, and you're going to be able to understand exactly who is an old soul. And from that point forwards, you'll be able to understand if you really are an old soul or you are simply a mere chosen one. There's a difference. So wait for that video, ladies and gentlemen. It's coming up. I've decided to do it live. We're going to be live, and I'll engage a lot of you guys on channel so that you guys can come out and speak like I always do. So when you awaken an old soul, that old soul is going to remember who they are. The very first thing that old soul is going to do, they are going to go into action. Because remember, let me tell you something about old souls. Old souls, these are individuals. Now, I don't want to give away the whole entire video as in this entirety, because I'm even excited about this video. But I'll tell you something I'll talk about something very. I'll talk about something in a bit. An old soul who wakes up, who has awakened, they are going to go into action. An old soul is here. Listen very closely, ladies and gentlemen. An old soul is here to crush these demons. The old soul is here to crush these demons. That's the reason as to why these demons, they are afraid of you. Ladies and gentlemen, when you're an old soul, you are an awakened old soul, empath. You're going to see these individuals take off and they're going to disappear into thin air. You will never see them anywhere near your vicinity ever again. They are going to try, but they know the repercussions of messing with you. Because you see, what you need to understand first of all is that this battle, what is happening, it is a battle that has been going on for so many generations of years. I've told you the reason why they call you an old soul is because you have already been fighting these battles for thousands of years ago. You could have already been existed here. Your soul could have been existed here, and your soul dates back tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of years ago. This is a battle that you've always been fighting from day one, from the very beginning of time. So in reality, it is a continuation of what you've already been doing before. That's the reason why they call you an old soul. So the battle that you're fighting in reality is a battle that you're aware of. In the beginning, you may not know all the simple details. You may not know all the little here's and there, the A's and the B's and the pros and the cons, but you already know on a subconscious level what exactly you're here to do. And the very moment you start confronting these demons, let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. The very moment you start to confront these demons, you are going to tell them and you're going to show them what time it is. These demons, for the very first time, they are going to see and they're going to understand who are you. So you see, something that I've also experienced along my journey after awakening, post-awakening. So these things I'm talking about post-awakening. Ladies and gentlemen, you're going to see these demons. You don't see them like they are running around in, like shadows or things like that. Those are the things you could have seen like a couple of years ago. But you are going to see the manifestation of these demons in human form. So you are going to see them gravitate somewhere around in your vicinity, around towards you, and you're going to see them trying to put you into trickery, to trick you to do something, to get you to do something, to trigger you. They are going to try everything in their power to make sure that they attack you. You are going to be able to see everything. Ladies and gentlemen, you see, there's one thing what people don't understand about awakened individuals. Awakened individuals, these individuals, let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. An awakened soul On the 3D level, on the 3D state of consciousness, people will say you are the most controversial person they've ever seen, and you're the most misunderstood person they've ever met. It is because there is nothing you're doing or nothing you're saying is making sense to an ordinary mind. So when you're speaking, you're talking about very, very spiritual, subconscious stuff. And this is stuff that is not common to an ordinary mind, especially when we're talking about the young souls. People, they will try to fight around with you. People, they will try to compete with you. They will try to fight around with you. They will try to ghost you. People, they will try everything. Let me tell you something. But before they know it, they are going to realize that the person they are dealing with, there's no comparison and there's no competition. They cannot compete with an old soul. So a lot of people, that's why they are going to completely stay away and run very far from you because they realize there's nothing they can do for you. They've already tried. They've already been tried putting you down. They have tried poison. They have tried to kill you. They have tried to do that. They have tried to do. You are always getting back on the top, and they do not know how do you do it. There are some people even have tried to shoot you. There are some people have tried to throw you in the lake. There are some people have tried to do everything. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. You have always bounced back, and they do not understand how you do it. People do not understand that an old soul is a person that is indestructible. They have got a soul, and on a very subconscious level, they already know these things that are trying to do. They know everything on a very subconscious level. On a very deep spiritual level, they know everything. So whatever you're trying to do, they may even be able to know it before you actually understand what you're doing. So they may even sometimes tell you that, listen, this is what you're trying to do, forget about it. It's not going to work. Try that one. This one's not going to work. Try that one. It's not going to work. Those individuals, they have mastered this universe. They know things that you've never imagined in your entire life. They have seen things that you never believed you'll ever see. It's the reason as to why you will not understand an old soul unless you really come close to them and try to understand how these people reason. Take a lot of time with them and be patient with them. You are going to learn so much from them. So instead of people being jealous, trying to bring up all this jealousy and competition and things like that, just come close to these people. They will teach you. They are there. There are a few of them. I've seen some of them. I've even seen some old souls who are connected to the what do they call those? The Egyptian civilization. They know everything about those pyramids. They know a lot of things that the normal brain cannot comprehend and cannot understand. But it's because a lot of times the world that we live, people want to think on this physical level that everybody is in competition. These individuals are not competing with anyone. No. These individuals, they are not competing with anyone. They are just simply waking up and doing their own thing because they already know their mission and what it is they came here to do. So the moment those people snap and they awaken, that is it. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. If you know that you're not in your right state of mind, those individuals are going to destroy you. If they know that you're just coming around to manipulate or destroy people, they are going to put you in your own place without trying. That's what they call an old soul. So most of the times you will see those individuals, they are aware of the spiritual world. Very, very much aware. They are awakened to the spiritual world, so they know anything in their vicinity, whether it is something they have seen on TV, whether it's something they are reading in a book, whether there's a person that has come close to them, they want to talk to them, or whether it's a person they are dating, they can read this world on their fingertips. They just simply are aware of things that the normal, ordinary human mind doesn't understand and cannot even comprehend. That's what they call an old soul. So I would like to let you guys know in this video that, first of all, as an awakened old soul, you're going to be open to this spiritual world. That is the first thing. You're going to remember who you are. Very important. You will remember who you are. And you're going to be open to this spiritual world whereby you're going to start to see the world that has always been hidden from you, and you're going to be exposed to your mission. You're going to understand finally why you're here on this planet. You really understand what it is you came here to do. You'll understand because you start to see all these things coming around and playing around in front of you, and you're going to be able to dissect everything happening around you. But when we're talking about demonic activity, you're going to see these demons everywhere. You are going to see this demon, but you see the thing is about old souls. Like I've told you, these guys, They have already fought this battle so many years. So they are very much aware about these demonic tactics and everything. The only thing what they needed to do was to awaken. The only thing what was necessary for them was to wake up. That's it. The very moment they wake up, ladies and gentlemen, that is exactly when the game changed completely. The demon can only manipulate a person that is sleeping. They can only control and manipulate a person who is asleep. But a person who is awake, let me tell you something, is a waste of time. They are going to crush those demons and they're going to put them in their own place. So the reason as to why you see a lot of these narcissists, the moment you wake up, you're awakened. That's game over. Because I've told you these guys they're under possession, they're under demonic possession. You know, it's a few of us who have always come out and told you the truth. We have told you what is going on behind the narcissist, behind the mask that you think you're seeing in front of you. Those so-called narcissists. We know the demonic activity happening behind the scenes. So as an old soul, we confront and we counter these people face to face. We're not afraid of devil. We're not afraid of this. It doesn't matter who you look like. It doesn't matter what you look like. Ladies and gentlemen, these people, they have already been equipped for everything. You are only having the power. You're only powerful in that moment that you still, when that person is still asleep. That's the only time you have power over them. But when they have snapped and they have awakened, it's game over. You know? So, for the most of you guys, be patient for that video. It's coming very soon. The All Soul versus the Chosen Ones. I'm going to be able to clarify so many things about it that you guys don't understand. I've been hearing so many times, oh, you know, the Bible see and Jesus that. It's okay. Everything is okay. I've told you guys in my videos, I do not normally judge people. You don't see me coming around and complaining about religion or the stuff like that. It always depends on everybody where they are coming from. You know what I mean? So, until then, guys, I'll not make this video any longer than this. I'll catch you guys in my next one. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. And until then, I'll catch you guys very soon. There's almost signing out. Love and blessings. Peace.